Sherlock Holmes is on the case, and today I come with answers. You see, everybody and they mother been talking about this chapter. Niggas in space know Oda drop One Piece chapter 1037, and they talking about this chapter. And today I want to bring clarity on what the Gorosei talking about, the devil fruit they're talking about. And I'll decipher it line by line. Let's look at line number one. No, that's impossible. Now I gotta sound more like an old nigga. No, that's impossible. That fruit is only a legend now, even to us. That line basically tells me that news just broke. CB0 reported something, or government agents reported something that happened in Wano, a triggering moment that lets the Gorosei think this devil fruit is back. It has not awakened for centuries upon centuries. When I look at this line, awaken, I don't think devil fruit awakening. They ain't talking about devil fruit awakening mastery or nothing. They talking about this devil fruit resurfacing. And then why would the government bother to give that one devil fruit another name? This blonde haired fool sound to me like he ain't talking about the government he was a part of. This nigga talking about his ops, like a government what was before his day, the government they usurped. And the former government, in my opinion, was the ancient kingdom. Line number three. It's to erase that fruit's name from the annals of history, isn't it? Boom. So if we look at the ancient kingdom and some of the shit they did in the past, and we could deduce some stuff from some of the stuff they did. For example, let's look at the poneglyphs. The whole point of a poneglyph is to store information to preserve it for future generations, right? And we have to get into the headspace of the ancient kingdom, right? Let's say, hypothetically, there was this strong, almighty kingdom. But there was chinks in the armor. They felt their power slipping, so they created a few corner measures for their ops, for their enemies, in case they lost, so they could preserve history through time. And one of those corner measures was the pornoglyphs. And another corner measure, I believe, was a specific devil fruit used back then in the ancient kingdom to preserve information, another information preserver. And this chapter, a triggering moment happened in this chapter to let the Gorosei say what they said. One triggering moment would happen, what could support the Tama theory believers is Tama feeding the gifters the Kibi Dango. That's a triggering moment because CB0 reported on that and they know she was feeding it to them to transform them into allies. But the biggest triggering moment, the biggest crossover, look, Ichiro Oda cannot be stopped this year. Double team him, triple team him, you can't stop him. With 10 seconds on the clock, give the ball to Oda. That's class space isolation. He can take it to the rim. He can draw contact and score all over the other team. The triggering moment in this chapter, we looking at Zonation. This the crossover I telling y'all about. We looking at Zonation. Oda wants you to believe that this big ass elephant eat a devil fruit. He wants you to focus on Zonisha, right? But in this panel, in this chapter, off Oda frame, we have Onagashima floating in the air, right? And that's what I believe the world government really getting information about now. And we don't just have Onagashima floating people. Just think. We have a specific character up there in Onagashima floating, trying to stop the island. That character name is Momonosuke. And this is the triggering moment the Gorosei what made them say, no, that's impossible. That fruit is only a legend now to even us. And I'm not talking about the dragon devil fruit. Let's think. Momonosuke was just a little boy a couple chapters ago. and it began in the Wano. And CP0 even reported that on Momonosuke that this they thought the devil fruit was a failure. So they obviously know Momonosuke was a little boy. How does a little boy go to a 20-year-old man, a little pink dragon, go into a monster dragon? That's what has the Gorosei shook. They don't know who has that devil fruit in question, but they know the effects of the devil fruit. They know the effects of the devil fruit. They come to the conclusion that what happening in this devil fruit resurface. So I can tell you the name of the devil fruit. The name of the devil fruit is Shinobu's devil fruit. The rot fruit, the ripe fruit, the time devil fruit. I mean not the time, the ripe devil fruit. This devil fruit, in my opinion, is the time devil fruit, right? We see Lady Toki back in the day. She used her time travel abilities, and a lot of viewers assume that this is the only thing the time devil fruit could do. And they rightfully so because we don't have no information on this fruit. And a lot of people really scared about to speculate on the fruit because they don't want time in One Piece. They feel like it's too hard. So just leave it at her just being able to travel forward in time, right? But what if that aspect of her fruit was just the awakening and she had elementary abilities on this fruit? Let's take, for example, what if Toki touch Momonosuke and sped him up 20 years. She could do exactly the same thing as what Shinobu doing, right? Shinobu doing the exact same thing. And what makes me believe that the ripe fruit and the time devil fruit is the exact same devil fruit is the weakness. We have to look at the weakness. Shinobu can't age Momonosuke back in time. She only could go forward. She only could rot stuff and decay. You understand? Um, Toki, she can't go back in time. She only could go forward in time. These the same devil fruits, people. You know what I'm saying? And we now that I have already gone over what devil fruit I believe it is, I have to go on why I believe the devil fruit was erased from history. Let's look at this from a civilian standpoint. If you even not a civilian standpoint, let's look at it. Let's come out of body and look at it as a fan of One Piece. If fans look at the time devil fruit, the first thing they would be thinking about is, okay, they have a time devil fruit out here. We must could go back in time and change the past and erase the future and do all type of hack shit. So that's why this devil fruit, they don't want this devil fruit out there like that. That could create mass panic and stuff like that. That's why the devil fruit isn't out there because they don't know that Toki devil fruit limited. You just have to look at it from just the time aspect and believing and knowing what time could do. So that's dangerous in itself. But the reason why I don't believe that, I believe all other devil fruits is disqualified except Tama. It's credibility and the Tama Tiri believers. There's a lot of credibility. I ain't gonna just shut that out. But in terms of Luffy, Law, Kid, all of them devil fruits disqualified automatically. Not because they ain't strong enough. I believe the Luffy devil fruit will be on some other shit when it awaken. But the guards say no Luffy. They know this dude. This ain't their first time reporting on Luffy. They know the rubber fruit been in Marineford. Why now would they say no? That's impossible. This fruit is only a legend to us now. That's dumb. That's ass backwards. They know this fruit Ocha, right? They already heard the reports. They know this fruit Ocha. They know law. Everybody named Mother know law fruit. Her law fruit, not how it works, but they know how it functions a little bit. The Gorosei definitely know because it was used in the past. They even made this dude a warlord, so he was close in their vicinity. You understand? So it can't be none of them devil fruits. It only between two devil fruits, and my choice is the Toki devil fruit because these dudes acting like the Toki devil fruit is the only devil fruit what could be out of circulation that long because the functions of the devil fruit, to skip time. You basically could escape through centuries. And these Gorosei, you gotta understand these Gorosei. The other Goroseis, the Goroseis 100 years ago probably was talking about this fruit. Now the Goroseis of this generation talking about this devil fruit. You understand it? It just match perfectly. But I come at it from a different angle. I don't think Toki alive. I think the fruit is in existence, and I think it's on Wano, and I think Shinobu has the devil fruit. And the reason why I believe the devil fruit in circulation, because let's look at Ichiro Oda history. Oda don't throw away powers. This nigga, this dude, creativity wearing out. He can't think about no more, no more devil fruits. This nigga resorting to food, donuts, all type of different shit. Because he running out of devil fruit idea. I mean, you can never really run out. But in terms of resurfacing, every strong devil fruit is cycle back. And the time devil fruit will cycle back into the story. So that's enough. I don't want to ramble for too long because I freestyle and I am not used to making YouTube videos. So in some moments it'll feel like I'm repeating myself, but it is what it is. I just trying to put something out there in my opinion and stuff like that. I'm out.